What's up, familia? Welcome inside the Big Rig. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Get your load secure. All right. I was chopping it up with a couple of guys today, man, and they were having this nice little debate about who the best Chicano rapper is, and I guess it's been making its rounds or whatever, man. They're talking to me about it, and they asked me, what were my thoughts and all, and I'm like, I don't really have too many thoughts on who the best Chicano rapper is. I have more thoughts about the whole situation itself, and that is, I cover boxing, man. Shout outs Los Tres Chingones Boxing, right? And I said this on that channel a while back, and that is, I never hear anybody asking who is the best when it comes to certain people, right? It's always usually when it comes to like the Mexicans, right? Who's the best Mexican fighter? I've never heard anybody ask who's the best black fighter or who's the best Irish fighter. I never even really heard anybody say who's the best Puerto Rican fighter. But when it comes to the Mexican fighter, it's like people want to know who is the best. Who's the best of all time, man? Who is the top dog when it comes to the Mexican fighter? And it just kind of hits me like, okay, why is that? Why can't it just be, hey, man, you know what? There's some great fighters. But going back to this whole Chicano rap thing, sounds like, there's a lot of controversy going around with it of like, hey, man, who's the top dog or the king or the best or whatever it may be. How come that's never, with anything else, dog? Why is it in the Chicano rap? When you got like black rappers, right? You could have your favorite. You could have the one that you think is the best or whatever, whoever it may be, Pac or Cube or Snoop Dogg or somebody else, somebody from the East Coast or South or whatever it may be, But why is it always with raza, it's always got to be who's the best? Who's the best to put them, here and look down on everybody else? And what strikes me a little bit funny is that a lot of the gente that, scream unity and stuff like that, man, and come together and stuff like that of that nature, man, this right here, homie, this ain't no unity, right? I mean, I don't even really care about unity or anything like that, man. For those that know me, you already know me. I don't really care about any of that stuff. But a lot of the gente that talk about that stuff, and I'm not talking about YouTube, I'm not just talking about in general. People that talk about that stuff get involved into these conversations of like, hey, who's the best? Who's the best, man? Who's the best Mexican this? Who's the best Chicano rapper that? And it's like, okay, homie, aren't you just putting a nice line of division in there? Is that unity, or are you part of what you preach against? I'm not sure if people really put in thought, homies, about, when it comes to things like society, right? People just want to complain about society, and I got my complaints about society too, but in all reality, what people don't really understand, or I don't think people take account to, is that you are society. The way you walk, the way you talk, how you act, how you react, how you respond to situations, what you get yourself involved in, you are part of society. So again, do I really care much about all, a lot of the unity talk and everything? Nah, Holmes, not really. But it's just funny to me, man, or strange to me, I should say, that a lot of gente get involved into these debates and everything, which, where's the unity in that, Holmes? If anything, that's drawing lines, dog, of division. Hey, Holmes, I'm glad. I've said it before, man. Shouts to everybody that loves rap and that type of music, man. No disrespect, man. Handle your business, okay? I've said it before. Me, myself, personally, I'm not really that big of a rap fan. Yeah, I do like some rap. I do, Holmes. But, I'm not a big fan of it like that, right? But I'm glad. I'm glad that the music that I'm into, I don't hear any of that stuff. Hang on, let this truck pass by. I'm glad, dog. Even if we just updated, right? If we updated to say like the Soldies, right? Which is something kind of new. Okay, the Soldies music. Hey, Holmes, I'm glad. I'm glad that there's not all this, oh, who's the best? Or when it comes to the Soldies, who's the best? Trying to put one here and look down on the others. Oh, who's the best? Who's the best? I'm glad that does not take place with the Soldies, which I am a fan of. Shout outs to all the ones out there, man, jamming up with those Soldies, homie. Great, great work. But I could just imagine if that ever turned into some sort of debate or anything like that. Oh, who's the best? Who's the best? Hey, Holmes, I would not involve myself in that stuff, dog. It's like, hey, homie, they're all doing their damn thing. You want to know who the best is? I'll tell you who the best is. The one that you like the most. That's the best. Because what does it matter if somebody else likes somebody else more? The best is the one that's the best to you. That's the top dog. So when you go back to this whole Chicano rap thing, who is, the king of Chicano rap, the best Chicano rapper? The Chicano rapper that you like the most, homie. Because that's who you're going to be bumping the most. So to you, that is the best Chicano rapper. But, going back to like the music, like going to the Soldies, right? Stuff that I like and stuff. I could, think of some of my favorites, but you know what? It all depends what time, what I'm going through, what I'm in the mood for. So when I throw on a jam by somebody, I'm in the mood for that jam, for that time, for that moment right there. That is the jam, Holmes, that I'm looking to be feeling. Is it my favorite of all time? No, but at that moment, that is the jam that is my favorite. At that time, that moment, that is what I'm feeling. But I just thought I'd come on here and talk a little bit about it. We kind of went back and forth a little bit today with, or I did, with a couple of vatos, man. They're talking about who's the best Chicano rapper and stuff. And honestly, man, they named a couple of names that I don't even know who they are, So some I do, some I have heard their names. And I probably have heard their music, dog. I just, I don't know it by name. So, but again, it just strikes me funny, dog, when it comes to, just like I was saying earlier, I've never heard anybody say who's the best black rapper. Who's the best white rapper or whatever rapper. It's always, the Chicano rapper. It's always the Mexican fighter. It's always, got to look down on others, and it's crazy because a lot of people that want to scream unity get involved in a lot of these debates and arguments and conversations, dog, of like, hey, Holmes, isn't that's drawing lines, which I don't really care about, but hey, that's drawing lines, is it not? You could just, hey, man, you know what? They all got their talents. Some are going to like this person more than that person. Some are going to like that person more than that person. And there you go. Now you can't say like, hey, you know what? This rapper right here has the most numbers. Thus, that's probably the most successful. You know, if you want to look at it through success, you could look at it through success. But there's going to be a nice slice of people, man, that are going to be like, nah, this, I don't really like that person's music. And that's okay. And you say, you know what, I like this person's music, and they don't have the numbers that that person has. And that's all right, man. So who's the best? The one you like the most. The one you bump the most. That's who's the best. Or maybe one day you're in some sort of mood and you need to feel this or feel that type of music, whatever it is, for that time, that moment, that specific time, that's the best to you. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. Until next time, this is Ed the Trucker. Over and out.